Prarthana and start the session. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Mannado Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Traitatiram originator, sensational writer, Hindu virtue donor, the emperor of spiritual kingdom, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwar. We are learning Akshara Parabrahma Yogam chapter from Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita. Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita was written by Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwar. So last week we learned from 20th Slokam to 24th Slokam in Akshara Parabrahma Yogam chapter. Let us know the meanings of the slokas before we start the 25th Slokam. So what Lord Krishna, the absolute soul Paramatma, is saying is, so there is one state, it has no destruction at all, even though the nature is destroyed. There is a noblest state which is never going to be perished at all. It's never going to be changed at all. It is so that is the state it's existing. Then what he said, so that state is called non-destructible state. It is also called the absolute soul state. Whenever you attain that state, you will not have any rebirth again. So that state is really God's state. God is saying that it's my state. It is also called eternal world. It's the eternal world. So that is the state which is also called liberation, salvation, merging with God. So by that, by attaining that, he is never going to born again. All his karma is totally destroyed. So when karma is totally destroyed, there is no need to born again. And then what absolute soul is saying is, so you can attain that absolute state with unique devotion on the male. Male means here absolute soul. Absolute soul is real male. Female is the nature. So every creature, all the creatures are within him itself. So because of him, this whole world is existing. So you can attain him with unique devotion on him. Then what he said is, if he specified about a time for yogis, when yogis die in a particular time, so he is going to get liberation. And in which time yogi is leaving his body, so he is going to born. So that information he has provided to us. So he told that he is going to tell that. So then what he explained over here is, when a yogi leaves his body, so whenever his life is ending itself or leaving his body, so at that time the place where he is leaving his body should have the sunlight. There should not be shade of the clouds over there, and it should be bright fortnight, and it should be summer solstice. So whenever all these are matched, then the yogi is going to get liberation. So that's what we came to know, and we got the division of the time wheel. So in the time wheel, the planets will be moving from one zodiac sign to another zodiac sign. The main planets, sun and moon. So sun, when he is when he is transferring from transitioning from one zodiac sign to another zodiac sign. So for each transition he takes 30 days time. So that is why 6 months are called summer solstice and 6 months called winter solstice. So the time wheel is divided into two parts with respect to sun. That is called one thing is summer solstice. It is on the left side. Right side is winter solstice. Similar way for moon, he is going to take to cross one zodiac sign is 2.5 days. That way 15 days he will be on the left side, 15 days he will be on the right side. So left part is called bright fortnight, right part is called the dark fortnight. And when sun is having the sunrise and sunset. So because sun is crossing each part of the wheel of karma wheel is there, right? It is also divided into 12 parts. So when he completes one rotation it takes 24 hours. So when he is on the left hand side, that means in the daytime it's 12 hours. If it is night time it is also 12 hours, like 12 hours, like that day and night are happening. So that way we came to know that daytime it's on left side, night time it's on right side of the karma wheel. And then the time wheel, for the time wheel there is a summer solstice and the winter solstice. And also with respect to the moon, the bright fortnight and the dark fortnight, like this. So when yogi is leaving his body, when he is going to merge with God is, so it should be daytime, it should be bright fortnight, it should be summer solstice. When all are matched, then there is a way to merge with God. So that way the yogi is going to get liberation. So this is what we learned last week. Let us continue from 25th slokam, what he is saying here. धूमो रात्रि तथा कृष्णशन्माशा दक्षिणायनं तत्र चान्द्रमसं ज्योतिर्योगी प्राप्य निवर्तते. If whenever yogi is leaving his body, if the place where he is leaving his body is filled with the clouds, that means shades of the clouds are on that place. And if it is night time, and if it is a dark fortnight of 15 days, and if it is a uh, winter solstice of 6 months, then yogi is not going to get liberation. Instead, so with the uh, with the wisdom brightness he is going to born again. So that way God explained here, the whichever the time if yogi is leaving the body, he is going to born again with the wisdom brightness. With the wisdom brightness, some people gave some explanation, making because of that there is a chance of deviating the people get deviated by learning that explanation. So in 23rd slokam God said clearly, prayata yantitam kalam. But people, the interpreters, did not identify that matter. What they narrated is, there is a demigod of day demigod of bright fortnight and demigod of summer solstice. If all these demigods, how they are going on the path, if you follow their path, then you are going to get liberation. That is totally incorrect. So, because even God did not say about the demigods in this slokam, but these people brought the demigods. So they did total mistake over there. So whatever they wrote, they could not able to see those demigods, and the people who listen to them also they can't search where they are. So that's why we need to understand the meaning in a proper way. So whatever Lord Krishna told over in the slokam, the same thing we have to understand here. So whenever yogi leaves his body in the night time, bright fortnight, and winter solstice, then he is not going to merge with Atma, because night is on the right side, day is on the left side. Always the mortal soul should enter from the left side, and he has to reach to the uh, immortal soul. Here, the so winter solstice is right side of the wheel of karma, wheel time wheel, and the night time is on the right side of the karma wheel. So the mortal soul is not getting the path to merge with Atma. That is the that is one process. So in another way, the second way, if yogi leaves his body during the winter solstice, but if it is daytime and the bright fortnight. So in this case also, since the winter solstice is on the right side, so the immortal soul is entering from the left side towards the immortal soul, but there is a barrier for him. It does not make him to merge with the Atma. In this case is also he is not going to merge with Atma. There are three cases given over here. The first case, where it is a night, since he leaves his body at night time, so he is not going to merge with Atma. In second case, it is a daytime and bright fortnight, but it is winter solstice, he is not going to merge with Atma. In the third case, so he is leaving his body in the dark fortnight, during the dark fortnight, but it is summer solstice, uh, and it is a daytime. So the mortal soul cannot merge with Atma, because the dark fortnight is on right side. Since so he cannot merge with the Atma. So he cannot merge with God. He cannot get liberation. So that's what about the cases what Swami explained. So with these cases, he is not going to merge with Paramatma. If you have any doubts, you can ask. If not, let's move on to the 26th slokam. Shukla Krishne Gati Hete Jagata Shashwati Mate Ekaya Yatyana Vritti Manyaya Avartate Punaha. What he is saying, in this world, the bright fortnight, dark fortnight are established permanently. So by one, it is becoming cyclic way. By another one, it's uncyclic. The cyclic way is stopping over there. So these dark fortnight and bright fortnight in the world, these are the two parts which are established permanently. So because of these, they come in cycles, right? Because of them, for the yogis, it's happening for them cyclic way and circle and uncircle, like cyclic way and non-cyclic way. So those things are happening. So these things are taught for yogis, not for the ordinary people. Ordinary people anyway, they are already in the cycle itself, birth and death cycle. So it's not applicable for them. So with respect to yogis, here this slokam was taught. Let's know the 27th slokam. नैते श्रुति पार्थ जानन् योगी मुह्यति कच्छन तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु योगयुक्तो भव अर्जुन. So whenever a yogi knows about these two ways, one way is making him bondages of birth, another way is releasing from the bondages of birth, that means liberations. So then yogi is never going to get mistaken on this, and he will be always trying to unify with the whom, the God. So you also, Arjuna, you also try to get unification always with God only. So when a yogi comes to know there are the differences in leaving the body, whenever the karma is destroyed totally, what happens at the time, at the end of the, at the time of death, at the time of death, that means that at the last time what happens. So uh, the yogi, whenever he is going to leave his body, that time the doors will be opened, and how that is it is going to match the way it is described, like, so that time, the place where he is going to leave his body will have the sunlight, that is the daytime, there are no clouds at all, and it will become a bright fortnight, and it is the summer solstice. So when the way is clear to the mortal soul, directly that mortal soul is going to get liberated, he is going to merge with God. uh, so in order to get that one, yogi, once he knows about these things, he does not keep quiet. So he would like to get unification always with God. So he will be trying to get unification always with God. That is why Bhagavan also told to Arjuna that you also try to be with God always. Be unification with God. Get yogam always with God. Let us know about 28th slokam. वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्. Here this slokam is talking about the mortal soul and the liberation. So whenever yogi comes to know there are the ways of uh, deaths, or the leaving that time, when to leave the body and get liberated, when to leave the body. So whenever we leave the body we get liberation, whenever we leave the body we will get again a rebirth. So by knowing that thing, the yogis, what they will do, they does not want to do this reading Vedas, doing penances and sacrifices, charities, all those things. Because what happens, so he knows clearly that by which, in which time he passes, he leaves his body, he gets liberation. So the great gnani and yogi, he knows all those things, right? So he does not want to do uh, reading the Vedas, doing penances, sacrificing, and charities. All he will stop. He does not want to do that one, because when you perform them, with them you are going to get good karma. The good karma, karma is any karma, good karma or bad karma. Again you have to experience that. So in order to experience that, you have to born again. So there is a bondage of birth again attached to that. So what he will do, instead of getting the earning the good karma and experiencing happiness with that good karma, he will think that the liberation is supermost thing. The state of joy is much more, and infinite joy, that is the infinite joy. So he wants to merge with the God always. Then what he will do, all the time he would be doing unification and burning his karma. Then finally he will attain the absolute soul, the eternal world, liberation. He will merge with the God. So that's what we learned about the thing, the yogi, when he is going to get liberated and when he is going to rebirth, reborn again. So if there is a rebirth, that means yogi's karma did not get destroyed in total. Still his karma remains. So he has to take birth and experience all his karma, and he should not earn again karma. Once karma is completely nullified, he is going to get liberated. Then let's move on to learning the eighth chapter in Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya, Yogam. Raja means big. Here Vidya means education. That means to be learned, to uh, to learn. Guhya means the secret. So in Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya Yogam, Lord Krishna started speaking. What he is speaking over here, idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshamyanasuyave gnanam vignana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. This is supermost secret wisdom. I am going to make you understand well. I will explain it with experience. With experience, you will get experience while I explain that one. So by knowing that, you will be away from all the uh, benefits, benefits we can say, all the bad omens. Okay, all the bad omens we can say. So Brahma Vidya, the Brahma means big, Vidya means education. Raja Vidya is also the same thing. This is the supermost one, and the one, by learning this one you need not learn any other education, because this education makes you get liberation. Other educations in the world, that makes you bondage, because you will learn in this life. After that you will die. Then in the next birth again you have to learn that education. That's not permanent at all. The permanent education which has no destruction at all is the Brahma Vidya, big education. So, since this is not known to anybody, it is called the secret. Secret means not known to anybody. So, such kind of wisdom I am going to explain you with experience, to get the experience. So, you will get experience when I am explaining it to you. You will completely get the experience from that. So that I am going to explain you in total. By knowing this one, you will be released from the bondages of karma and get the liberation totally. That's what Lord Krishna told in the first slokam. And in the second slokam, what he is saying here, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshavagaman Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. So the first slokam and second slokam, he is talking about dharmas itself. So third slokam is also about dharmas only. So the second slokam, what he is saying, so this is the noblest one of all the educations in the world. There is no other education matchable to this one. This is the noblest, supermost, excellent education. And this one is the supermost secret one, and it is a pious one. Uh, and it's highest one. This dharma is going to happen directly. So this is direct dharma. and it gives lot more joy. It has no destruction at all. Such a great dharmas he is talking about. So this education, this wisdom, whatever Lord Krishna is telling, he is saying that this one is king of all the educations. This is the supermost. So this education is compared with the king in the world, because the king will have kingdom. So king is the big in the kingdom itself. Everybody should listen to him. That's why he is called king. So here Raja means in Raja means in Telugu the king. So Raja means big. The meaning of Raja is big. So this one, the word Raja is matched to the Brahma Vidya, because to specify that this is the biggest one of everything in the world. So there is no other education bigger than this one. That's why this is called Raja Vidya, big education, Brahma Vidya. And this is the secret of all the secrets. Secret of all the secrets. So such a great secret. That's why it is called Raja Guhya. So big secret. This is not known to anybody, so it is called secret. So nobody could not able to explain it, since only Bhagavan has explained over here. So when we learn this secret education, what happens? So the emotions which we have, right? The emotion on that emotions, our interest will reduce on the emotions, because when we are when we are getting attached to the emotions, with that emotions we are earning the karma, and that is becoming bondages, bondage to our bondage to us. So when we have the karma, we have to reborn again and again. So that's why whenever you learn this wisdom, these dharmas, you will lose interest on the emotions. And this wisdom is direct dharmas. These are direct dharmas. It has no destruction, non perishable thing. The one who is doing the task directly, he must know that. So if he doesn't do like that, what happens? So he will become a foolish person. He is called foolish person. If he says that somebody else is doing, so I. So what does that mean? He is called foolish. He has no he has no explanation about that task. What purpose he is doing? What does that mean? Without knowing that, if he is performing some task, if it has no um, benefit out of that, if he does not get any benefit related to the wisdom, so that is totally foolishness. So here if we take the examples, like if somebody is breaking a coconut, why he is breaking the coconut in front of the idol? If he is not able to explain, then what we can say? He is called ignorant man. He doesn't know the meaning of the coconut actually, and how do we break it. Why our elder people said to break the coconut? If um, if there is a bride and bridegroom, both are there, if they are pouring the yellow rice on each other's head, so if you ask them why you are doing so, if they say that we don't know, our elder people said to do, we are doing that. So what does that mean? So you have to know about why only rice is used, why they are mixed with what is that, turmeric, yellow color, why they made into yellow color, why do we put that rice on their head, on bride and bridegroom's head, bridegroom on bride's head. So what is the meaning of that? You should know. If you are in a group, somebody say Govinda, if you also say Govinda, if I ask you, hey, what is the Govinda, why are you saying? I don't know. Those people are shouting, I am also shouting. What does that mean? There is no meaning. There is you should know the meaning. Why we say Govinda? What is the meaning of that? Why do we have to say like that? There are so many things we utter again. Some if some people shout, we also shout like slogan. We don't know that meaning. So we need to know. We need when we know and we follow that with respect to the divine wisdom, that becomes a dharma. We have to know whatever we are following. We should know completely. So that becomes dharma. So those are the dharmas. We have to learn about that. That's why Lord Krishna is telling that you know all those things, whatever you are doing with respect to the divine wisdom, then it becomes yogam for you, unification for you. You will be in the dharma itself, so that your karma is going to be destroyed. So we came up to here, up to second slokam. We'll stop here. In the next week, we are going to learn from the third slokam onwards. Let us do Mangala Prarthana and end the session. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhurupaya Mangalam. Prabodharpanam to everyone.